Vikings Valhalla Season 1 will be available globally on Netflix in February of 2022. But what can we expect from the Vikings spin-off? Here's an updated look at everything we know so far about Vikings Valhalla Season 1, including a release date, first look images, the first teaser trailer, and a cast breakdown. So keep watching, because we have all the deets in store for you. First look at the spin-off series. Vikings Valhalla is a spin-off of the popular History Channel series Vikings, and an upcoming Netflix original historical drama created by Michael Hurst. The series, like its predecessor, will be produced by MGM Productions, and as we've learned, the show is given a large number of episodes right away. We've been told that it will run for at least 3 seasons, with a total of 24 episodes planned. Hurst talked about the possibility of the new series being on par with Vikings in terms of size and scope, as well as how the world has changed in the prequel. He disclosed how the scale couldn't possibly be bigger than the last few episodes of Vikings, but some key places like Kattegat will be much different. The spiritual hub of the Vikings will now be bigger, serving as a major port, and the Vikings have taken over most of England, so their power and role have majorly changed. Jeb Stewart is on board to write, and he's best known for his work on films such as The Fugitive from 1993, Die Hard from 1988, and The Liberator on Netflix. On June 7, 2021, the first trailer for Vikings Valhalla was released as part of Netflix's Geek Week. Then, at Netflix's TUDUM event, the lid was lifted, revealing a slew of new images and a new trailer. The new trailer was accompanied by the caption, "Now is our time to make history. A new era of warrior will rise in Vikings Valhalla," coming to Netflix in 2022. Along with the first look trailer, we got 3 high-resolution first look images. On January 18, 2022, the first trailer for Vikings Valhalla was released, with the caption, "London Bridge is falling down. Vikings Valhalla reaches a new bloody breaking point February 25th, 2022 on Netflix." Next, let's take a look into where Vikings Valhalla is going to be available. The majority of Netflix users around the world have had access to all 6 seasons over the last few years, but there are still 2 major countries that do not. We learned in the summer of 2021 that the original Vikings series will be available on Netflix in the US and the UK, but not for a while. The 6 seasons of Vikings will be available on Netflix in those 2 regions, but not until around 2024. Valhalla will also be released on the streaming platform. Now, what about the plot of Vikings Valhalla? Set more than 100 years after the events of Vikings, the end of the Viking Age approaches as the Kingdom of England stands tall against its Scandinavian raiders. Following the death of King Edward the Confessor, 3 lords lay claim to the English throne, forever altering England's future. In a recent interview, Hurst discussed how Valhalla will be linked to the original Viking show, confirming that we will see many of the same places like Kattegat. Next, we look into the cast of the new show. Deadline revealed 10 main and recurring cast members of Vikings Valhalla, along with their role descriptions. In January of 2021, Leif Erikson, a Greenlander raised on the outskirts of the known world, will be played by Sam Corlett, Chilling Adventure of Sabrina. He comes from a close-knit family steeped in ancient pagan beliefs. Leif, an intrepid sailor and physically tough character, is our entry point into the Viking world undergoing violent change. Frida Gustafsson from The Witcher is Freydis Eriksdotter, a fiercely pagan, fiery, and headstrong character. She's a devout follower of the old gods. She, like her brother Leif, arrives in Kattegat as an outsider, but becomes an inspiration for those who adhere to the old ways. Frida, as you may recall, was one of the cast members we revealed earlier. Leo Sutter, from The Liberator, plays Harold Sigurdsson. Harold, born into Viking nobility, is one of the last Viking berserkers. He's charismatic, ambitious, and attractive, and capable of uniting both Odinists and Christians. King Canute is played by Bradley Freegard from Keeping Faith, who's the King of Denmark. A sage, astute, and ruthless Viking leader, he keeps his friends close and his enemies even closer. His ambitions will shape the course of history in the 11th century, and he will be remembered as a defining figure of the Viking Age. Now, some more on the cast. Johannes Hakur Johannesson from Cursed plays Olaf Haraldsson. Harold's older half-brother is Olaf, Oplev, who's a stern and unforgiving Viking. Despite his enormous size and ambition, Olaf's a Christian who believes in the Old Testament. Emma of Normandy is played by Laura Berlin from Breaking Even. Emma of Normandy is a young, ambitious woman from the Norman court with Viking ancestors. She's politically astute and one of Europe's wealthiest women. She's most likely a reincarnation of Rollo from the original Vikings series. David Oakes, from the Borgias, plays the character Earl Godwin. He's the King of England's chief counselor, and while he was born on the political periphery, his cunning gets him far. David was one of the several cast members revealed in recent months. Carolyn Henderson, from Christmas Star, is another actress who plays Jarl Hakon. Hakon, a great warrior and tolerant ruler, rules Kattegat with a firm fist. Despite being a pagan, she managed to keep Kattegat a city open to all faiths during a difficult time. Freydis, who's drawn to her wisdom, will see her as a strong mentor to learn from. Pollyanna McIntosh from The Walking Dead reprises her role as Queen Elgifu. Queen Elgifu of Denmark, calculating and ambitious, has a role to play in Northern Europe's political power struggles. She employs her charm and guile to great effect in promoting the interests of her American homeland and attempting to assert herself in Canut's growing power structure. Jarl Krei, played by Asbjorn Krogh Nissen from Bronn, is a danger to the ancient pagan ways. Is there anyone from the original cast of the Vikings? According to his agency CV, John Kavanagh will be the first and most notable actor from Vikings to appear in Valhalla. He played the ancient seer for all 6 seasons of Vikings, and later appeared in some characters' visions. We expect him to appear in Valhalla visions as well. Karen Connell, Bosco Hogan, and Gavar O'Connor Duffy are among the other Vikings cast members who will appear in Valhalla. Connell played the Angel of Death in Vikings, so we expect her to reprise that role, while Hogan and Duffy will play entirely new characters. They appeared in Vikings as Abbot of Lindisfarne and King Frodo, respectively. So, who else is involved in Vikings Valhalla? Aside from the cast, we know of a few other crew members who are working on the show. Steve St. Ledger is currently attached to direct 3 episodes of the first season. He's directed a number of episodes in both the main Viking series and Netflix's Barbarians. Niels Arden Oplev, the BAFTA-winning Danish director who has directed episodes of Mr. Robot and Under the Dome, is also set to direct 1 or more episodes of Valhalla's first season. Hannah Quinn has also been confirmed as one of the directors for Vikings Valhalla's first season. Her most recent work includes Fate, The Winx Saga, and The Stranger, both of which are available on Netflix currently. Trevor Morris, who was the composer for much of Vikings Season 6, will return for Valhalla. Other films in which he has appeared include The Tudors and Hunter Killer. Where did the filming for Valhalla take place? As previously stated, pre-production has already begun, and the location is one that Vikings fans will recognize: Ashford Studios in Wicklow, Ireland. This is the same location where the first season of the flagship show was filmed. In addition, after the final season of Vikings wrapped in 2019, Ashford Studios received permission for a €90 million expansion, allowing them to build 5 new studios and support space. This will almost certainly have an impact on the production quality of Vikings Valhalla. Because the main production hub for Valhalla is the same, we can expect to see many familiar external Irish locations that are just nearby. Many of the same people will also be working on the Vikings spin-off, which is good news. Production status of Vikings Valhalla. The Irish Times reported on October 8, 2020, that filming for Vikings Valhalla has been halted that week after a dozen cast and crew members tested positive for COVID. Later that week, production resumed after it was determined that the false positives had been eliminated and that the cast and crew members were safe. The production halt lasted only a few days, and the Vikings were soon back to business as usual. After 4 months of filming, the cast and crew of Vikings Valhalla began to post updates in late November of 2020 about the completion of production. It's unclear how much footage they've shot, and whether this is a true Season 1 wrap or a Christmas/COVID hiatus until early 2021. BreakingNews.ie reported in March of 2021 that filming on Vikings Valhalla had been halted for over 2 months. The casting of extras and actors has also been halted. Filming resumed in May, and the show's second season will conclude in November of 2021. A release date for the 3rd season has yet to be determined. That's a wrap for this video, folks, but we'll see you in the next one. Take care.